Before going into the Salvation Army, I was homeless and pregnant and on drugs. I was pregnant with my 8th child, and I really didn't have any hope of being able to keep him. I had already lost custody of my prior 7 children, and after numerous trips to 30-day treatment centers or 90-day treatment centers, I would just get out with no kind of support or any kind of real change in my life. When I was 14, I lived with my grandparents. My mom and dad, they weren't around at the time. They had their own battles that they were dealing with. And I met a guy who was much older than myself. He was 21. And he introduced me to methamphetamine. And I started running away to see him and to do the drug. I remember the first time that he offered it to me, I said, "Oh, I'm too pretty for that. I'm not going to do that." But I ended up using, and I did for 18 years. My grandparents did everything that they could to try to steer me down another path, but I ended up getting pregnant by him. Then I went on to continue to use drugs and get into one relationship after another, none of them being healthy for me. And then I would have another child, and I had always tried to be a mom and a housewife and a good girlfriend, but still use drugs. I guess I thought that it would be okay for me to use and still take care of my kids, but every time it always spun out of control. I think in the beginning it was fun, and I liked the way that it made me feel, but then when the consequences began, and then the guilt and the shame from all the mistakes that I had made and the people that I had hurt, I used even more to cover up those feelings and to become numb. During my last 6 months of using, I had become completely empty on the inside. I was just a shell. There was nothing to numb anymore. And at that point, I really didn't care if I lived or died because I had failed so many times. I was tired of trying. When I went into the Salvation Army, I had decided that if I was ever going to get my life together, it was going to be then, because I had never been able to have a long-term treatment program. After being there for 90 days, I just started to get my mind clear and was able to start making good choices regarding my health, what I needed to do to take my life back. So I told my counselor that I wanted to attend Tarrant County College, Trinity River campus, and I wanted to major in mental health and substance abuse counseling. And I began taking courses. I took 6 hours my first semester. I'm currently enrolled in 12 hours this semester. And I hope within the next year and a half to complete my degree. I'm proud of myself. Sometimes it's surreal, but this is who I am now. I'm a mom, I'm a student, I'm responsible. Today, I take care of my children, try to teach them right. I love my life now. For the first time, I love my life. If it weren't for the Salvation Army, I wouldn't be where I am now. I say that the Salvation Army saved my life.